some relief on urgent basis is required.
Yes.
Otherwise, he becomes more panicky.
Panic.
One more thing, how to maintain a client from remand stage to trial? Because there is a lot of gap in between. Remand happens, then sometimes 60, 90 or later than that also charge sheet is filed.
It's an act how you can dealing with the client because that is really it will take a good time to spell out that because if I'll go on spelling out that then you will throw me out from the business. But it's a rapport and आपण जे म्हणतो की आपला क्लायंट हा आपला देव आहे इट इज लाईक दॅट ही इज गिविंग यू ब्रेड अँड बटर आपल्याला माज जेव्हा येईल ते आपल्याला कधीच माज येऊ नये बिकॉज वी आर इन प्रोसेस ऑफ लर्निंग अँड ऑलवेज वी आर इन दॅट ऑल आवर सिनियर ॲडव्होकेट्स विथ ड्यू रिस्पेक्ट टू देम दे आर चार्जिंग गुड मनीज गुड फीज they are also overburdened. That is why they are charging. Because if they will take 10 briefs for the day, it will be very difficult for them to give justice to all the briefs. That is why even a senior advocate, then we used to suggest that, sir, you increase your fees. Like Mundargi sir, he never bothered in his days. Till now he never bothered who is giving what. But then we used to suggest, sir, come on, there should be something good by which we can say that yes, sir is coming. Because clients, even when we are engaging a counsel, many times it happens that counsel doesn't reach. Then what? So best part is that I always instruct my all associates that you keep your brief ready, because in the high courts and basically in high courts, what court is going to ask? Court is not going to give you a lengthy time to argue the brief. Court is going to ask you only few questions. That what is it? What is against you? At least underline that and try to interact with the court. But because of that, my associates and juniors, they got boosting. And once they appear, if you appear before the Honorable High Court for 10 to 15 times before one court continuously, then it's not big deal to go before the court and address before the court. Because the court is not going to hang you. Ultimately, if you are ready with the brief, then you don't require to bother. So I always harp that your brief should be ready. Don't go just to take a date and take an adjournment before the court. That is what I instruct to my all associates, and now they are really doing good.
One thing I would like to say, that what you would like to say to junior lawyers and law students, that any tips for them to start their firm? Any just like things to do, maybe 5 things at least you should do, 10 things at least you should do, something of that sort.
First thing is that let us start with one thing, that yes, learn to share certain things.
So this is
that is really important, and that yes, and don't feel ashamed to ask senior advocates your queries. And basically don't go with the idea that yes, I can do any damn thing. Be in process of learning every time, and be polite before the courts. Be good with all your senior colleagues. Small issues are there before the court. I will like to mention at then we used to see Adik Shirodkar before the court. Whenever he requires to pass any document to the court, sir used to pass the document through Shirishadar by saying, "Sahib jara varti sahibana deta ka." That was really a thing which has to be note, that such a senior person, the way the politeness, the way he is passing the document, So court also always note that what is your behavior, how you are presenting it, because it's a very small issues before the court which has really counted. Sometimes we also busy, आपल्या बाजूला कोण सिनियर आलेत आपल्याला कळत पण नाही आणि आपण we don't bother to offer them a seat, but always make it a point that if senior advocate comes, make them allowed to sit. That gives, and even he note, and the person who is sitting above, he also note that yes, this gentleman is having courtesy, and that is really required.
Correct. Now actually we started late, so I'll last generally 5-10 minutes we keep for question and answer session. So if anybody has a question on this topic, he is free to ask Mr. Sawant. So just come here.
No, I'm
Come here and no issue. Okay.
my wife is so, sir, this seminar is arranged for the purpose of opening the law. So what is the exact criteria and procedure to open a law firm? Is there any legal procedure to open a law firm, or merely Rajeev Sawant and Associates, Rajeev Sawant and Company? Is there any kind
Yes,
of
it is there, and in the High Court you get a recognition. You have to apply through there to have your recognition, and certain fees are there to register your firm with the High Court.
They told us that you must register with the any proprietorship, as a partnership, as a some sort of legal recognition from any registry. Then you have to apply with the original site of the Mumbai High Court. Because our personal registration is there as an advocate. They could not allow us to register a firm. Nowadays this practice is followed by the Honorable High Court. So what is the remedy for that?
Remedy, you will get remedy there from the registrar office itself. They will guide you how to go ahead with it.
Otherwise,
Because at then when we had started, immediately what we had done, we had gone there, we had paid our fees, and we had put up our name for the registration.
so nowadays this kind of practice is going on. They could not allow juniors and any other persons to take the advocate quota both of his own and of the own name of his firm.
So I think you should have your registered document of your firm. Means if at all it is a partnership firm, then there will be the deed amongst you and your other colleagues that this is a partnership firm, what you are going with it. And that document you can give it to the registrar to get your firm registered.
Lot of seniors also advise us that not to register anywhere, only simply open your account with any nationalized bank and run and go with your law firm. Doesn't matter, your goodwill will take place.
No, definitely there is no bar such that you have to get registered yourself. But it is always good to have that registration, because now, see, we are going far now after 27 years. What I am saying, and by sitting in the office, you are getting the board. On your telephone, you are getting the board. So in this age, now we should go with that speed, na?
But I think, sir, the Bar Council has also made it compulsory.
Now last year they made it compulsory to get all firm registered with.
Something 50,000 rupees they are
Yes.
charging for registration.
Yes, yes.
I think that is also
A lot
for
of
small
people are
law firm it is
confused.
not impossible to register and pay the 50,000 fees.
Come on now one, if at all you are getting the brief, one brief today, if you are working with any MNC or something like that, what will be your annual income or monthly income, and what brief you are getting, and what way you are working brief. I am always suggesting to all my associate and my juniors, and I will like to highlight one thing, that the brief what you are getting, at least pay something on that brief to make that brief beautiful. Get all paper typed, get spiral binding, because charge sheet what we are getting from the police, it is in Marathi. Sometimes courts doesn't understand, even some lawyers doesn't understand. Get it translated. hardly it takes 1,000 rupees to make that brief beautiful. And then for your records also, that briefs goes forever. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to maintain those records also. You means if at all you are charging say about 50,000 rupees on that brief, if you are spending 1,000 rupees on that brief to make 2 sets of it, make it good. If print are not good, get it typed, get it translated. It's really works out. And court also appreciate those things. Get it numbered by your own. Then try to match those numbers with the court. It really helps.